Today's video is sponsored by Canadian Collectibles and Finds, an online store that sells a variety of vintage goods and antiques with free shipping. Right now, they are giving a 20% discount when you use the promo code Maritime Hockey. The link will be in the description below. Canadian Collectibles and Finds, where we sell something for everyone. Now to the interview. Hey everybody, this is Thomas and Tanner Gallant from Maritime Hockey. Today we are joined by Dieppe, New Brunswick native, Jeremy Hanna, who is playing in Division 3 with the Roosters. Jeremy, how are you doing today?
Good. How are you guys doing?
Pretty good, thanks. So we're just going to kind of jump right into your career. You know, from compared to most Maritimes, you took a little bit of a different path to your pro game. You kind of went to the college route. So kind of why did you go that way, and how did you end up going that direction?
I always thought education was important, and obviously you can play, a bit in the queue and then go use sports and stuff. But, I kind of also wanted to travel and visit some places. So after going to OHA, visiting in the US, we played a lot of tournaments down there. I kind of wanted to play juniors. Then I got an offer from the Junior Bruins, and that's the way I went. And most people in the U.S. only think about college, right? So surrounded by that environment, it's the way I kind of went, and yeah, I pretty much enjoyed it.
So you played university down in Alabama. What's the hockey market like growing? Is it growing down there, or is it just what's the atmosphere like?
Yeah, it's pretty big actually with the SPHL and stuff like that. There's a team actually in Birmingham, which is about an hour away from the school. It's crazy. The fans love the hits and love the fighting aspect of it. They don't know too much about the players. It could me or Sidney Crosby, they'd be cheering just as loud. So yeah, it's different down there, but it's growing for sure. The minor hockey, I watched it grow a lot. Well, my time in Alabama. And they do it right down there. It's warm, so obviously you don't think of ice sports to be too popular, but
Yeah,
they're doing it good.
Yeah, and I know we see a lot of SPHL lately because we have quite a few Maritimers playing in Huntsville. So you definitely seen the fan support there in Alabama area.
Yeah, some crazy fans.
Of course, before going to pro, going over to Sweden, you played a little bit of university in Moncton. What was that opportunity like to come back and play for your hometown?
It was amazing. I remember my first shift, stepping on the ice. I had my grandparents in the stands, my aunts, uncles, my parents. I hadn't played at home since 2000, and I think it was 9 or something like that, 2009, 2010. So felt good after 10 years of being away to be able to step on home ice in Dieppe and play. It was pretty surreal. It was awesome.
So at what point in your career did you maybe think or realize that you had a chance to go pro?
Obviously every kid dreams of playing some pro hockey when they're little. And then once I got to college, I wasn't sure if I was going to, hang them up after, or keep playing and then try to go pro. I talked a bit with Birmingham while I was down there because our team was right beside them. But then I was skating. I was trained for the summer after my last year at Alabama, and I was skating with the Blue Eagles. And then they asked me to stay. I said yeah, of course. So I took some extra courses in marketing, got some more stuff to add to my degree, and after playing at that level, I had an itch to keep going. And a guy from Dieppe who actually played for Lidköping back in the day, he reached out to me and said, "Hey, they're looking for players. Are you interested in going to Sweden?" I said, "Absolutely." So that's kind of how it went. And, I came here and I don't regret it. It's been awesome. So.
And it's actually a good time to transition a little bit into your time in Sweden here. You're in your second season here. Kind of I know you kind of explained how you made it out there, but was that like when you were making that decision, like how did you know where you're going to go? Or was you going to stay in North America? Were you going to go overseas? Kind of what was your factors considering?
Factors were, travel and stuff like that, to experience the whole kind of visiting and seeing a new part of the world and stuff like that. So, Sweden is known for a hockey country, and it's a pretty beautiful country over here. Very clean and stuff like that, the way they do things with their, their pollution, whatever, and their electric cars. It's different. So it's kind of similar if you look at like the forestry and stuff like that. There's some cool landmarks and different architecture for sure, being from that Viking era and stuff. So, that was important to me. Obviously, hockey is number one too. So, like I said, Sweden being a hockey country, it was a no-brainer.
And I know before, I think it was this past summer, you had an opportunity to go play in France that I don't think ever came together, and you kind of went back to the Roosters. I don't know how much you can explain, but kind of what happened there and why that fell through in France and why you ended up going back to Sweden.
Yeah, I went over. I started it, and I played a couple exhibition games, but I just couldn't settle in. It wasn't anything to do with the team or anything like that. Everything was good, but I just couldn't settle in and find get on my shoes there. So I wasn't as happy, and being so far away from home, it's important to be happy and like what you're doing. So I reached out to the GM and over here in Sweden, and he said, of course, we'll take you back. And I kind of mutually, it ended good with the team in France. We mutually agreed to terminate the contract, and they said, of course, we just want you to be happy. And I came back to Sweden, and I don't regret it one bit. It was obviously, I would never have known what it was like if I didn't go try it in France. But I find a second home here. The team is very welcoming, and all the guys are super nice. The staff, the coaches, everything is top notch here. So it's a real good organization.
So I guess when you got over there, what was your biggest adjustment playing in Sweden?
Definitely the language. Yeah, the language for sure. Yeah,
you're the only Canadian guy, or are they all Swedish? Or
they're all Swedish, and actually, there's only 2 or 3 of the Swedes that aren't from the town itself. So it's a pretty good hockey community. Yeah, they're pretty solid on keeping things within their community, and so them involving me and bringing me in, it's I feel special. So it's great.
Yeah, like I guess we'll kind of go on towards I know we talked about it before, but like your highlight reel goal you had a few months ago with between the legs.
Yeah.
Is that something you just kind of went on the fly, or is it something you practiced every day, or?
Well, I've always wanted to do it, so I tried it while I was in Alabama, and I came close to scoring, but I think it hit the tip of the glove and the crossbar went over the net. So I got the puck down low, and like it just happened. I was like, oh, between the legs, and I did it, and it went in the net, and I was like, oh shit, I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, you just gotta take it.
I was in shock, and my teammates were skating to me, like looking at me, like, "Holy crap, did you just do that?" And I was like, "Yeah." It was pretty good because it was actually one of, they call it a derby game over here, so it's our rival, the town over.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, it was a full barn, about 900 people, and packed in there. It was a nice one to do it against. So.
Yeah, and it was nice that someone caught it on camera.
Yeah, it's just weird how they're just filming at that random time, because that team doesn't film the games when we play our derby match because they want people to show up to the rink rather than watch it online. So it's it is what it is, but it's just the timing of somebody filming. It was pretty crazy.
So now no, go ahead, Thomas.
You see it all the time, like stuff like that happening now. Even like in the NHL, you see the Michigan goal more often, or players attempting it, and it's great to see.
Yeah, no, it's definitely adding some spice to the game for sure. Trevor Zegras is pretty good with his hands doing that stuff. So I like it. It's changing the game. I mean, the game's is going to only grow and develop into new ways. So it's nice to see.
I was going to say, since you did that goal, has any of your teammates been trying that at practice?
Yeah, a few. Yeah. And then I've done it a couple times in practice too. And they always come to me and chirp me. Oh, I tried. That's pretty funny.
Going back to kind of the season, you guys have seen a lot of success this year, and you guys are in playoffs. What do you think is the key to continue the success you guys have been having this season?
Just hard work. I mean, everybody works hard, and we're a good group. Like I said, everybody gets along. Like, we push each other. We always support each other. There's no like negativity. No one's arguing. No one's nothing. We have a really good core group, and it's just a matter of working hard. We just, like, our last 2 playoff games, we've scored 17 goals in 2 games. So, and these are good teams that we're playing. It's just, we're just playing that good. Like, we're at the top of our game right now, and everybody's gelling and clicking. So it's it's working out. We have some
You-
good
well-
good leaders in the team too. Our captain really brings out the best in everybody.
And you see it too, even like the Stanley Cup Finals last year. You see Montreal go the whole way. It just goes to show that chemistry goes a long ways.
Oh, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. A good team is not just by skill and stuff like that. It's about how you guys gel together and stuff. And if you guys have each other's back and working hard.
So with the season almost over, and so what's your plans this summer? Is it to return to back home, or are you going to stay over in Sweden?
Yeah, I'm going to return back home. So it's I think I have to for like visa and insurances. You have to leave, so
Okay.
I'll go home, and it'll be nice to be home too. So
Yeah.
And I guess the other thing is, what's your future in hockey? Kind of, like you said, you've been playing in Sweden for 2 years now. Do you plan on staying there for the future, or are you going to be looking over here a little bit, or what's the plans?
it's still up in the air.
Yeah.
I'm just taking it one day at a time for now,
Yeah.
and going to finish out this season, and then see where I'm at, and
Mhm.
make a decision when the time comes.
And I guess the only other thing we're going to mention was I know when I was doing my research that you are a founder of a company.
Yep.
So if you want to, you can give a little description of kind of what your company does.
Yeah, so it's called 4-4. I started a golf clothing company that's sustainably made. So it's some of the materials like composed of coffee beans, and the other is recycled plastics. And basically, I'm starting online. I'm still finishing up my website, placing the order, and I'm planning to launch it in April 2022. And yeah, so it's golf polos, quarter zips, jackets, hats. Yeah, it's
That's pretty cool.
yeah, it's exciting. So that's kind of what I'm going to be doing a little bit on the side here too.
Yeah.
Is it just you, or is it a couple guys going in on it, or?
No, just me to
Just you?
start.
Wow,
So
that's awesome.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's been tough working on the website and learning a lot of stuff, but YouTube teaches you a lot. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I've come a long way with it, and I'm excited to launch the brand and everything. So
that's
What
awesome.
would you do without YouTube, right?
yeah, yeah, exactly.
No, I think that's about it. All I have today. Thomas, do you have anything else to ask?
No, I'm good. I just want to thank you for coming on. We really appreciate it. I know it's been a long time coming, but I know
Yeah, no,
we all
I-
have busy schedules and stuff. And
Yeah, I appreciate you guys having me. It was a fun one. So
No, thanks, Jeremy.
yeah, thanks guys.